Okay, so I was just live for over an hour and I said there was a product that totally changed my life and like it was a whole bunch of things that changed everything, but I wanted to tell you guys about it. I'm not getting anything from this. This isn't an MLM. I think the guy that created this purposely made it so that nobody could get rich off of it. Just look it up. There are distributors near you, probably. I get it from the traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture clinic here in town. And yeah, this is like a 2 month supply or maybe a 1 month for two people for this amount. And 1 month was like 30 bucks. But anyway, you work your way up to 3 teaspoons a day. It's dirt water, it's minerals, it's humic, um, and they say I think Shilajit or some other product like has this too. I don't know, but yeah, humic extract from ancient soil, 5 milligrams. Like that's all. Oh, 94 servings per for this container. So maybe it's like, I don't know. I just open it up and squeeze it into my mouth. But okay, let me explain what this does. I was really suffering from depression, and I finally just kind of acknowledged, okay, I'm depressed almost all the time. And then the brain fog, the memory problems. So I went to go see my acupuncturist, I would say about a month after I had quit smoking. So this was like sometime mid-July. And I said, so here are all my symptoms, achy joints and brain fog and depression and my digestive system is doing this, and I just listed all these things, and I was like, I know that's just like a really disconnected list of stuff. And he said it's all one thing, and I was like, what? And he goes, glyphosate has been dissolving our, and I think he's talking about the gut lining. All the cells like had this connective gel or whatever between them that formed a barrier. It forms a barrier in your digestive system between the outside world and the physical inside world. And glyphosate has been dissolving those bonds, and it showed a microscopic picture of the cells all disconnected. And this is what leaky gut is that anything can get through. Anything. So we have arthritis, we have cancer, we have depression, we have brain fog, we have, the bad results from the, that thing, and, da 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 da, on and on and on. And the glyphosate has been sprayed on the grains, so it's in all of the grain products, and it's probably been sprayed on, the produce and da 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 da. And we do our best to like wash our food and blah blah blah. And I think that's what kind of might determine in large part the healthier from the less healthy is, are you cleaning that stuff off your food? Are you avoiding that? That's why people are like, oh, I've gone gluten free and it changed my life. It's not the gluten, it's the glyphosate. And my daughter's boyfriend is a baker. It's what he does. And he's lives in Portland, definitely, on the left, and just a wonderful, wonderful soul. And we were at Strawberry Hot Springs up in Steamboat Springs, and I swam over to him and I said, tell me about gluten. And he goes, it's not the gluten, it's the glyphosate. And he knew about all of this. He didn't know about this product. Okay, so if you look this up on YouTube, it stands for Intelligence of Nature. And I think this guy's name is, I don't know the guy's name that came up with it, but you'll come across him. It used to be called something else. Gut Support. I think he puts out 2 products, but the guy's a freaking genius. He's pretty young, and there are videos of him talking just for a few minutes and talking for 2 hours, and just talks about this comprehensive. Okay, so we talk about infiltration, we talk about boundaries, we talk about discernment, being able to take what we want and leave the rest. On a physical level, this is what has been happening. And we know that the frequency of that just spreads out and out and out. And what this does is it repairs your gut walls. And so they have another microscopic picture of, here's before and after. All the cell connections have dissolved in this picture over here, but after taking this for a month. So I took it for about a month and I just felt different. Even after a week, they say start with like 1/8 of a teaspoon a day for like a week. I started and really gradually followed the directions exactly. And the reason I knew I needed this product is because my body drove over and bought it and I started taking it. I'm like, "Oh," like, I didn't even fully research it like I normally do because I love information, but I knew I just my body knew that this would change my life, so I have been, like, happy ever since, and I'm getting my memory back. You know how you're trying to pull up a word and it's been coming faster? I think it's doing a whole heck of a lot of repair, and, I cannot recommend it highly enough. So, yeah, just look it up on YouTube, look up the website, I'm sure you can order it from there, and it's just water that is mixed with dirt, ancient soil, and they're like, "Oh, there's this really special place where they get it," but, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we should just all be drinking dirt water, but it's changed my life, and I just really wanted to talk about it. So, it's all about boundaries and having a very, very clear, protective, I mean, just think of the oh, one other thing I wanna add. So one of our paint jobs that we have to go to on a, irregular, regular basis, a friend of ours has some rentals, and right next door is this meth lab, and it stinks at the same time every day. They're cooking up meth, and the police down in Loveland don't seem to give a shit about drugs down there, and it just goes on and on. This kind of stuff is just oh, it's so obvious. It's this tiny, it's this place of 4 units per building, and they're like, um, two-bedroom units, and in this unit, there were, like, 15 people in and out of it, always doing the weirdest stuff, and anyway, so that's right next door, and every other time I went down there, I would just get so wrecked energetically no matter what I did. I was calling in Archangel Michael. I was, doing all the things, and I was just wrecked. And I went down there recently after having been taking this since July, so that's August, September, October, 3 months now. And I felt a little run down, a little tired, but not wrecked, not depressed, not energetically devastated. I hadn't taken on a bunch of shit, the entities didn't come home with me. It was, I think this might have had something to do with it, and also just observing my capacity to pick and choose things, even from Buddhism, my most favorite, philosophy out there, because it gives you an ability to work with your mind and your ego like no other system does. But it's missing some things. It doesn't get the compassion, the love, the joy, It's like, "Let's all be sad together and be okay with that." It's like that's my comic book version of Buddhism now. And I'm like, they just aren't really good at touching the euphoric potential of being a human being that is God sourced on this planet. There's so much more good, there's so much more beautiful, there's so much more amazing and wondrous here than there is bad and negative. So, anyway, that's it. Okay, have a great day and check out Ion.